Around midnight, a truck suddenly turned towards the old bridge of the village at high speed. A police jeep was chasing it from behind. The truck driver was nervously talking to someone on phone.
The police are already chasing us. The goods might get caught. Don't panic. When you reach the bridge, slow down the truck a little.
The truck driver did exactly that. Just then, a mysterious shadow hidden far away in the bushes opened fire. The bullet hit the truck driver straight in the head. Uncontrolled truck fell off the bridge into the river below. In Dayalpur village, Chhagan Lal used to set up his paratha stall at the village square. His parathas were so delicious that customers would rush to the stall as soon as it opened.
Oh my goodness, mouth is burning. Hey, eat slowly, Lalan Chacha. Neither are you running anywhere, nor are the parathas. What should I tell you, brother? Seeing these hot and tasty parathas of Chhagan Bhai, my greedy stomach just cannot wait.
Everyone laughs at his words. Just then, a third customer speaks.
Absolutely right, brother. Such soft parathas, such amazing chutney, and on top of this, carrot, radish and chili pickle coated with desi spices. We have become crazy for it, brother. It is all blessings of Mahadev and the love of all of you brothers. Otherwise, who would dare to serve such pure and tasty food for just 30 rupees in this expensive time?
Everyone agrees with Chhagan Lal's words. In a small hut in Dayalpur village, there was an atmosphere of deep mourning. The reason was the death of Namita's 12-year-old son. People had gathered there to share her grief, but only she truly knew the pain in her heart. Someone gave me poison to villagers. I don't want to live anymore. What was my son's fault? Because of what looked like a simple golden calf, my son died. Oh no, he was the only one whom I had in this world. Ladli, who was the village Asha worker, emotionally tried to console Namita. Don't cry, sister. What had to happen has already happened. But I still cannot understand what suddenly happened to Golu. Till yesterday he was laughing and playing happily. I myself cannot understand it, Ladli. Last night before sleeping, I gave my son that syrup. And in the morning when I woke up, I saw that the light of my eyes had stopped breathing. Oh no, what will I do? Ladli picked up the syrup bottle kept nearby and smelled it. My suspicion was absolutely right. There must be something in this syrup because of which children are dying. This is the third case in the last 15 days. Just then the village headman who was standing there said angrily,
Look at this. Now this village Asha worker wants to become a detective. You already had these medicines removed and destroyed from the government warehouse and the medical store. Tell me, what does this syrup have to do with this incident?
It absolutely has something to do with it, Sarpanchi. If the village head and the police do not care about the deaths of these innocent people, then people like us will have to become detective ourselves. After saying this, Ladli left from there with her friend Nirmala. On the way, Ladli was speaking angrily to Nirmala. I strongly suspect the Sarpanch Nirmala. I'm sure he has something to do with this case. And I will definitely expose him. But we have already done what we could, Ladli. With the help of the media, we got this syrup removed and destroyed from the government warehouse and medical stores. Still, I don't understand how it is reaching people. This alone will not be enough, Nirmala. We have to reach the root of it. The place from where the syrup is being made and sent here. Just then, someone called out to Ladli.
Hey, you restless girl. At least listen to me for a moment.
Ladli and Nirmala turned around and saw Chhagan Lal, the paratha seller, calling them. Both of them went near him. Oh, Chhagan Kaka, even when you're so busy, you still notice me passing by? How do you manage that?
How can I not notice my dear daughter wandering all day without eating or drinking? Wait here. I will serve both of you hot parathas.
Hearing Chhagan Lal's words, tears filled Ladli's eyes. She spoke emotionally. I never saw my father, Chhagan Kaka, but I am sure that if he were alive, he would love me just like you do.
I once had a daughter, Ladli. I lost her in an accident at the hospital. Someone took her away. Later, when I came to the village, I saw you. I don't know why, but I see my lost daughter in you. If she were alive today, she would be exactly of your age.
Saying this, Chhaganlal started crying and Ladli also hugged him with tears in her eyes. Every day, the news channels were reporting deaths caused by fake syrup. Meanwhile, Ladli had started searching for the real criminals with determination. At night, she secretly kept watch on the Sarpanch's mansion. I am sure the Sarpanch carries out his dark deeds in the darkness of night. I must keep an eye on him. For 2 days, Ladli saw nothing suspicious. But on the third night, a truck stopped in front of the Sarpanch's mansion. Ladli was watching everything. The Sarpanch was talking to 2 masked men when suddenly one of them took out a gun and shot the Sarpanch. Then they quickly escaped in the truck. Seeing this scene, Ladli was shocked. I thought this was all being done by the Sarpanch, but this is something else. It's good that I remembered the truck number. Next day, Ladli was giving statement to inspector in police station. I saw it with my own eyes, Inspector sir. There were 2 masked men. They talked to the Sarpanch and then shot him before escaping in the truck.
But Ladli, what were you doing there so late at night?
I am also investigating this case in my own way, sir, so that I can help you people.
That is a good thing, Ladli. But this work is dangerous, so I cannot allow you to do it.
I will be careful, sir. After some more questioning, Ladli finally left from there. One evening, Ladli was returning home from the market when she suddenly saw the same truck whose passengers had killed the Sarpanch. This is the same truck. I remembered its number. It must be going to their secret hideout. I must do something. The truck was standing still, and while thinking all this, Ladli quietly climbed inside the truck. But while she was getting inside, there was someone who was secretly watching her. The truck left the crowded area and entered a cave on the Kali Pahari outside the village. Inside the truck, Ladli was thinking about where she had reached. Just then, she heard a strong voice.
Now you can come out, Ladli, because the truck has reached our hideout.
Ladli was shocked. How do they know I'm inside the truck? Oh no, I'm trapped. But I will not be afraid of these goons. Saying this, Ladli jumped out of the truck. But after seeing the man standing in front of her, she could not believe her own eyes, because in front of her stood Chhaganlal, the man she respected like a father. Chhagan Kaka? You? How are you here? You were... Oh no!
Hey, calm down, dear girl. Here, drink some water. I will tell you everything. Look, my real name is not Chhaganlal. My real name is Jangilal, the same notorious criminal. To show the world, I sell hot parathas. But my real work is making these fake medicines.
Ladli looked around. Everywhere there were big containers where fake syrup was being prepared, and the fake syrup was being filled into bottles of real companies. Looking at Chhaganlal with hatred, Ladli spoke with tears in her eyes. Shame on you! I gave you the respect of a father, but no child would ever want a father like you who plays with the lives of innocent people for a few pieces of money. I will expose all your sins in front of the whole world. Just then, one of the criminals hit Ladli hard on the head with a stick. Ladli fell down there and lost consciousness.
Hey girl, got emotional. It was not the right time to hit her.
Ladli had regained consciousness. She was tied to a pillar and was groaning in pain. Chhaganlal was standing in front of her.
Today we are going to deliver a big consignment to Jaisalmer. Last time, because the police were chasing us, I had to shoot one of my own men and throw the goods into the river. But this time, that will not happen. Just keep watching. By the way, your suspicion about the Sarpanch was right. After some time, he refused to hide our goods in his mansion. So we had to shoot him.
Chhaganlal was standing very close to Ladli. In anger, Ladli suddenly bit his hand with her teeth. Chhaganlal screamed and pulled himself away. Then he started choking her with her dupatta. Just then he noticed a big mole on Ladli's neck. Seeing it, Chhagan Lal was shocked.
Girl, since when do you have this mole? This is...
This is not just a mole, you scoundrel. It is a childhood mark given by my father. Chhagan started crying.
Daughter, my daughter, I lost you in the hospital. I never thought I would meet you again in this condition.
Do not call me daughter with your filthy mouth, you scoundrel. Chhagan Lal started untying Ladli.
I have made a huge mistake, daughter. After losing you, I lost my mind. Because of that, I fell into this dark world.
Seeing Chhagan Lal freeing Ladli, one of the gang members spoke.
Boss, in this business there are no sons or daughters. This girl is dangerous for us. Letting her go means we will all get trapped. You scoundrel, she's my daughter. And do you think I value this business and you criminals more than my daughter?
Chhagan Lal again tried to untie Ladli. Just then the goon shot Chhagan Lal. He fell down on the spot. The goon then aimed his gun at Ladli, but suddenly a gunshot was heard. It was fired by the inspector. Because the police had already reached, seeing the police suddenly, all the criminals dropped their weapons. The inspector...
Sorry, Ladli. We got a little late in reaching here. Actually, the day you gave us an important clue in the Sarpanch case, from that day, one of our men was secretly keeping an eye on you because I knew you would not stop investigating. And in the end, you put yourself in danger. But now there is nothing to worry about. We have arrived on time.
The police were taking all the criminals away while Ladli sat beside the body of her father, Chhagan Lal, and cried. You got the punishment for what you did, father. But still, you were my father. I will never forget the parathas that you used to feed me. The gang that was making fake syrup had finally been exposed. But because of getting involved in this case, Ladli had lost her job as an Asha worker. Still, she did not lose courage. Together with her friend Nirmala, she took over Chhagan Lal's paratha stall. Now the villagers again got to eat those same unmatched parathas from Ladli's hands. But this time they were mixed with honesty, not with greed.